got Pete Ryan and Mike Wetmore, right?
Correct. Yes.
Wonderful. We're taking a look around the Beltway at some of our all-star companies in the neighborhood, and Ryan and Wetmore comes to mind, especially, as things are starting to get really crazy with the coronavirus, and how we're taking a look at our finances and our business finances, and I'm so glad that Pete Ryan and Mike Wetmore, you could join us today from Ryan and Wetmore, who for over the past 30 years have been hard at work, and I'd love for you to tell us a little bit more about your firm and how you guys got started.
Pete and I are college friends and roommates from after college. We got together shortly after graduation. We had found a sole practitioner with a small local practice in Silver Spring, Maryland. We decided, we've got a bunch of underserved clients here, and this is an opportunity for us to provide that level of service that we weren't seeing at the organizations where we were.
And our value proposition is we're sort of a niche player. We understand our clients' business. We can sort of take it to the next level. We sort of specialize in 6 or 7 different industries: construction, real estate, medical practice, high net worth individuals, government contractors, professional firms. And we bring sort of an integrated approach to our client base, and so that is our sort of our value proposition. And so we understand how they run their business. We don't just add up numbers and put them on financial statements and tax returns. We do a lot of planning, and so we think that's why clients stay with us. And we have clients that have been with us the first month 32 years ago that are still clients today.
How did you take this to the next level, though? I'm trying to understand how they say, everyone says don't work with your friends and family. This is a terrible idea. This is where, a lot of the trouble comes when you start to, mix the two camps. But you guys have been plugging along for 33 years together. What's the secret of that recipe there?
I take great pride in being invited into a small business's sort of inner decision circle, and having the numbers that they produce, helping them interpret those numbers and make responsible decisions that help them through challenging times. It's very rewarding to have a seat at the table and provide that input.
And so we've grown it from just Michael and myself to 45 people in 3 offices in Bethesda, Tyson's Corner, and Frederick. So we're pretty proud of that. And it's sort of the integrated approach and helping clients understand their businesses and how they can be more profitable and how to integrate with their financial statements and work with their banks. M&T has been a great partner, so we work with them on a lot of client relationships. And in the coming times, you're going to need your banker more than ever, and so we're happy to help them and vice versa.
And as we're looking at, the coronavirus, obviously you had mentioned that you help people to navigate challenging times, and I don't think it gets more challenging than a pandemic. What are some of the things that you've been seeing and some of the troubleshooting that you've had to handle for some of your clients?
It's interesting. No one would have ever predicted what we went through starting in March. I sort of joke, the Ides of March brought down Julius Caesar, but at least he got warned. And life can deal you some bad luck, but the ability to have your financial advisors be nimble and pivot and adapt to those changing environments is critical. In our case, we were able to take advantage of the fact that Treasury offered an additional 90-day extension on the income tax returns so that we could turn our focus to the PPP funding program and help scores of clients access the Small Business Administration PPP loan to keep their businesses afloat and to keep employees paid and to keep cash flow running. So, life dealt us this bowl of lemons, but we would like to help our clients make lemonade.
As crazy as the last 6 months have been, we think starting around the end of October, probably through the end of March or April of 2021, planning is going to be so critical. We think as crazy as the last 7 or 8 months have been, the next 5 months for small business owners and medium-sized business owners, clients with less than 150 employees. There's going to be additional stimulus packages. There could be an election change. There could be changes in the state tax laws, in income taxes. Should you accelerate income? There could be another PPP loan. Should we first submit our forgiveness for PPP in 2020, or should we wait for 2021? What does our bank say? Is our bank a good partner? And so those are all questions that we sort of have to answer for our clients. And so we think the next 5 months is going to be more challenging than the previous 7 or 8 for most of our clients.
Good, gravy. These are the things that are keeping you guys up at night. But if you're a business owner and you're thinking about all of that, what are some of the questions that the business owner should be asking their accounting firm right now?
I think the biggest thing, you have to be prepared for change. And so there's so much uncertainty that's going to go on the next 5 or 6 months. And so you have to sort of know where we are as far as what your financial statement looks like, what your banking relationship looks like. If you're a government contractor, what your backlog looks like. If you're a construction contractor, did a bunch of jobs get canceled? If you're a medical practice, you're probably going to be busier in 2021 than you were in 2020. And so it's going to require a lot of planning. Should we accelerate income? Should we accelerate, expenses? And so how do we plan for additional hiring? And so it's a complicated thing that requires a lot of planning, and you have to have a good team, which was going to include your accountant, your banker, your estate planning attorney, your investment advisor. Everybody sort of has to work together. There's going to be a lot of year-end decisions that are going to have to be made.
I would imagine in your line of business, it's very personal. I mean, just getting a couple to talk about finances, can often be a big turning point in a relationship. So when you're running a company and you have a team like yours, not only advising, but really knowing where all the bodies are buried in that sense, is that a very personal relationship that you're holding?
It's very much a personal relationship. It's interesting because I have friends and colleagues that'll say, how do you work with numbers all day? And one of the challenges that I have is to make those numbers make sense to people, and how do we interpret those numbers in my everyday life, both on the home front and in my business? And what simple decisions can we make with that set of financial information that could turn my business more profitable?
And I think what you're sort of hitting on is, the sort of the culture we have at the firm and the integrity and the relationships we have with our clients. Like you were saying earlier, some go back 35 years, 33 years, and so that's all really important to make sure you have that personal relationship. It's going to be really more important to have that relationship as you go forward with all your complete team of advisors, including your bankers and everybody, to make sure that they're there when you need you, and because we have this long-standing ethical relationship that helps a lot of our client relationships.
You guys have been at it for 33 years. We're talking to Pete Ryan and Mike Wetmore from Ryan and Wetmore, and I do wonder, as you've grown over those 3 decades, you were able in the very beginning to give those clients very personal attention and really start to see some of the opportunities for them. But how do you maintain that level of attention when you grow?
You get a team of advisors from our organization that have carved out skill sets, perhaps in construction accounting, perhaps in government accounting, and government contracting. So we have been fortunate enough to build a very skilled and talented team that have forged strong relationships with our larger clients. Again, to be invited into that inner circle of decision makers is critical to our success and to our clients' success. It's a two-way street.
We have a good team of advisors, so we have, depending on your expertise or what kind of service you need from us, you'll get appointed a partner and a staff member to take the whole thing. We try to get our clients to get to like a 25-year tax plan and understand how much taxes they're going to pay today, and so it's a long-standing relationship, and so that's we've maintained that with those clients over the years.
Are you in a position to take on new clients right now? If someone is sitting here right now thinking, I'm not getting this level of attention from my firm, are you in a position to grow relationships and still maintain that level of personal service?
Absolutely. I love to hear new ideas. I hear more bad ideas than good ideas, but that's okay. That's okay, because every good idea has 5 bad ideas. So I love listening to a new business venture, or just a concept, Some of my most successful clients have formed their ideas literally on the back of an envelope, and we've been able to work break-even models and take it to an industry roll-up situation. So it's a very rewarding part of what we do.
I mean, I think, and the other thing that since we have 3 different offices, we've sort of been working remote for over 25 years. We had a first T1 line in the early 90s kind of deal. And so when the pandemic hit, all our staff members already had a laptop. They all could connect from home. So it wasn't really a big transition for us. So, we have a high retention rate, at the firm. So we have plenty of capacity to take additional clients.
You have a high retention rate all around. It sounds like your clients and your employees are all sticking with you. If someone wanted to get a hold of you or find out more information about Ryan and Wetmore, what's the best way to find out more information?
You could reach us on the web, www.ryanandwetmore.com. That's RyanandWetmore.com, or in our Maryland office at 301-585-0506. If you're in Virginia, 703-288-4777.
And you also find Mike's email address and my email address on our website. It would be mwetmore@ryanandwetmore.com or pryan@ryanandwetmore.com. But again, that's all on the website as well.
Oh, wonderful. And we'll make sure to include that on our website, 1047wonkfm.com. Pete Ryan and Mike Wetmore from Ryan and Wetmore, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
Thank you.